Hey everyone, welcome back to Ganai's FOSS News. Let's kick things off with a major initiative coming from Canonical. According to its FOSS, the company behind Ubuntu is funding a PhD program focused on automating the translation of C code into Rust. This is a 3-year project with an ambitious goal to help translate hundreds of thousands of lines of C code into Rust across Ubuntu's ecosystem. Why does this matter? Well, Rust offers memory safety benefits that C doesn't provide, and automating this process could dramatically speed up the modernization of legacy Ubuntu components. This is a strategic investment in the future security and reliability of one of the world's most widely used Linux distributions. Next up, we're looking at a significant development in global open source cooperation. As reported by Open Source for You, during the BRICS ICT track in Pune, India has outlined an ambitious plan to share its open-source digital public infrastructure stack with developing nations across the BRICS bloc. The proposal goes beyond just sharing the technology. India is also committing to workforce development and technical training initiatives designed to build institutional capacity throughout the global south. This modular, open-source approach to digital infrastructure could have massive implications for how developing countries approach digital transformation independently, without reliance on proprietary Western solutions. It's a fascinating example of open-source principles driving geopolitical and economic cooperation. Now, let's talk about some really cutting-edge hardware and software developments. According to Open Source for You, BrainChip and their hardware partner Neuromorphic have released an open-source software stack designed for the AKD 1500 Neuromorphic processor. This release includes an Arduino-compatible library, which means developers across a wide range of microcontroller platforms can now work with spiking neural network models. What's particularly interesting here is how they're democratizing access to neuromorphic computing. Historically, this has been a pretty specialized field. By open-sourcing the software stack, BrainChip is inviting the broader developer community to experiment with and build applications using ultra-low-power neural processing. This could accelerate innovation in edge AI applications where power consumption is critical. Big news in the AI development tool space. Open Source for You is reporting that OpenAI has officially open-sourced Harness, the core execution framework that powers their flagship Codex coding agent. Released under the Apache 2.0 license, this framework lets developers modify and embed it freely into their own projects. What makes this significant? According to the release details, Harness cuts AI token consumption down to 1/6 of what was previously required, while actually improving benchmark scores. That's a massive efficiency gain. For developers building AI-powered coding tools or working with large language models, having access to a battle-tested framework like this under a permissive open-source license is a game-changer. It means the broader community can now build on OpenAI's infrastructure optimizations and contribute back to the project. Shifting gears, literally, to the autonomous vehicle space. Open Source for You reports that Tier 4, a Tokyo-based autonomous driving technology company, has officially joined the Open Invention Network 2.0. This partnership is strategically important because it brings global patent non-aggression protections to their AutoWare ecosystem and their automotive partners. What does this mean in practical terms? Tier 4 and its partners gain a shield against patent litigation risks, which is a real concern in the autonomous driving industry where patent portfolios can be weaponized. By joining OGIN 2.0, Tier 4 is reinforcing its commitment to open-source autonomous driving technology and helping foster a collaborative environment where innovation can flourish without the constant threat of patent disputes derailing development. It's another example of how open-source projects are getting serious about legal protections. On a more sobering note, its FOSS is reporting that Pine64 is halting its Linux hardware product line. The company is blaming widespread shortages in DRAM and eMMC memory chips, shortages that, they note, have been exacerbated by the current AI hardware demand boom. The situation is significant enough that Pine64 isn't expecting new inventory before mid-2027. This highlights a real challenge facing open hardware makers. When global chip supply is constrained, small and mid-sized manufacturers often lose out to tech giants with deeper pockets who can secure allocation. Pine64 has been a champion of affordable, open-source friendly hardware for enthusiasts and developers, so this hiatus is disappointing for the community. However, it's a realistic response to untenable supply conditions, and hopefully we'll see a return to normal inventory levels as the AI boom settles. Let's wrap up with some exciting developments in keyboard customization. Open Source for You is highlighting OpenMousse, an open-source keyboard configuration project that's previewing support for Hall effect keyboards, including the popular Wooting 60He. What's the advantage here? OpenMousse provides an open-source alternative to proprietary keyboard configuration software. Instead of relying on vendor-specific tools with closed code, users get an open interface for exposing and modifying keyboard settings. This is particularly relevant for the gaming and mechanical keyboard communities, where enthusiasts love tweaking their input devices. By offering an open-source solution, OpenMousse empowers users with transparency and control. They can see exactly what their configuration software is doing, modify it if they want, and contribute improvements back to the project. It's a small but meaningful step toward truly open peripherals. And that's a wrap on this week's open source news. From Canonical's ambitious Rust translation initiative to India's global infrastructure sharing, from neuromorphic AI chips to autonomous driving protections, it's been an incredible week for open source development. We've seen corporate investments, international cooperation, safety initiatives, and grassroots projects all advancing the FOSS ecosystem. If you found these stories interesting and want to stay updated on the latest open source developments, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Drop a like if you enjoyed the coverage, and let us know in the comments which story grabbed your attention the most. Thanks for watching Ganai's FOSS News, and we'll see you next time.